Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I am doing a book haul. This is going to be like a thrift book haul because I did get most of these books from like thrifting, and then some I got from my typical bookstore that I tell you guys about all the time. But yeah, let's just get into it. I was browsing online trying to find a place to find books, like older horror books, like books that like I can't find typically in my store that I go to all the time, which is Powell's. I've told you guys about Powell's before. And I came across this site called ThriftBooks, and I was like, oh, so it's like thrifting for books just online. So I decided to check it out, and honestly, I got 8 books and they were each like $4 or less. It was so nice. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but if you haven't, I'll leave a link to the website down below so you guys can check it out. Now, you guys are gonna laugh at me when I show you some of the books that I thrifted. I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about them, but I was pretty excited. So 4 books I got were R.L. Stein books, and not Goosebumps, but I do love Goosebumps. But these are more of his like Fear Street. I think they're all Fear Street except for this one. But I love R.L. Stein. His books used to scare the crap out of me when I was younger. I know I'm like 24 now, and that's like a long time ago, but I kind of want to read them again and see how I feel about them now. Like if they still give me that feeling that they used to. So I am intrigued to try these, and the covers are just so cute. I just love them so much. But anyways, let me know if you guys would like me to do a video on these. I know that they're like a little different than my typical horror book things, but I got the new boy, which says, "What a hunk. When handsome, mysterious Ross Gabriel comes to Shady Side High, all the girls want to date him, even the ones who already have boyfriends. Janie, Eve, and Faith go so far as to make a bet. Which one of them will he go out with first? But then the murders begin, and it starts to look like dating Ross means flirting with a gruesome and untimely death. Will Janie's dream date with Ross turn out to be the night of her life or the night of her death?" I love it so much. So that's the new boy. I also got The Boy Next Door, which is a little different. And it says, "Lauren and Crystal think Scott has it all. He's handsome. He's the new star of Shady Side High's football team. And he's moved in right next door. Both girls will do anything, say anything, try anything to get the chance to go out with him. That's all either of them want. But that's all Scott's last girlfriend wanted too. And now she's dead." Ooh, wow. Okay. This one's called Call Waiting. Someone wants to talk to Karen badly, very badly. Someone who has something very special to say. Someone is calling Karen to say they care, to tell her the plans they've made just for her. Someone wants to reach out, touch her, kill her. Poor Karen, she's all alone this time, and if Karen can't trace the killer caller, Karen's going to die. Ooh. They sound so scary though, like to be honest, like that does make me like nervous. This one's called The Cheater. Carter Phillips is under a lot of pressure to ace her math achievement exam. So much pressure that she gets Adam Messner to take the test for her in exchange for one date. But Adam wants more than a date, much more. Carter has no choice. She has to do whatever he asks. If not, he'll tell her secret and ruin her life. Ooh, and then there's like a sticker on the back. I can't read it. Oh, sad. But honestly, they do sound creepy, and R.L. Stein used to scare the crap out of me. Like, honestly, Goosebumps were horrifying to me. Fear Street were, like, even scarier because Goosebumps were, like, kids' books. And then Fear Street were, like, the teenager books. And, oh, I used to check out so many R.L. Steins from the library. They used to give me the creeps. They were so scary. So I'm very excited to read some of the older R.L. Stein Fear Street. I know he has some of the newer ones too. I think he's still writing new Fear Streets. And I do have some of the newer ones, like I got them when I was in high school, but I want to read some of the older ones. So let me know what you guys think about that. I know it's like teen horror, but I don't know. I think they're fun. And then kind of to match, I got some Christopher Pike. I've had some people tell me on here that Christopher Pike is also kind of a YA horror kind of thing. You know, he's kind of like R.L. Stein. So I wanted to try out some of his. This one is Chain Letter, and it says, when Allison first read the chain letter sign, your caretaker, she thought it was some terrible sick joke. Someone somewhere knew about that awful night when she and 6 other friends committed an unthinkable crime in the desolate California desert, and now that person was determined to make them pay for it. One by one, the chain letter was coming to each of them, demanding dangerous, impossible deeds, threatening violence if the demands were not met. No one out of the 7 wanted to believe that this nightmare was really happening to them until the accident started happening and the dying. I think this one sounds pretty creepy. And it's a little thicker than Fear Street. Fear Streets were pretty, watch, I'll show you. Fear Street, and then this one is called Die Softly, and this is also Christopher Pike. And it says, Herb just wanted to photograph the cheerleaders in the school showers. He planted his camera high in the corner where no one could see it and rigged it to a special homemade timer. He did this Thursday night, and he hoped by Friday night to have an exciting roll of film to develop. But a girl dies Friday afternoon. On the surface, it appears to be nothing more than a tragic car accident. But when Herb finally does collect his roll of film, he develops a picture that allows a shadowy figure sneaking up on a girl who dies, sneaking up on her with a baseball bat. It makes Herb wonder if the girl was dead long before the car accident. But unfortunately for Herb, he doesn't wonder if the murderer knows he took the picture. So this one sounds pretty good, and it's actually really thick. So I'm also excited to check this one out. Okay, so like that's it about me reminiscing on nostalgic, teenage horror. So the rest are actual like horror books, like horror for like adults, I guess. So a couple of people have told me to check out Bentley Little. So I actually have 3 Bentley Little books here. They're the 3 that sounded the best to me. And this one's called The Mailman. And this one says, the suicide of the local mailman has left the residents of this tiny Arizona town shell-shocked. Nothing this bad has ever happened here, but now it has, and more is on the way, because there's a new mailman in town, and he's not just delivering the typical bills and junk mail. For everyone in town, most notably the Albin family, the arrival of each day's mail becomes an anticipated event. The bills have stopped coming, sweepstakes are being won, letters from long-lost people are mysteriously arriving. The new mailman has become the town's best friend, until he brings the bad news and the killings begin. Ugh. Okay, I saw this one on Goodreads and I thought this one sounded really, really good, so I had to check this one out. The other Bentley Little book I got is The Association, and this one says, congratulations, Barry and Maureen. You've been approved by the association and are encouraged to move into our exclusive gated community as soon as possible. Please be aware that we reserve the right to approve your decor, your landscaping, your friends, and your job. All relationships with neighbors should be avoided. Any interference from the outside will not be tolerated. Any attempt to leave will be stopped. Any infraction of the rules could result in severe fines, physical punishment, or death. Please send all other inquiries to the house on the hill, preferably before dark. Sincerely, the association. P.S. You're being watched. Oh, isn't this sound scary? Oh, there's more to it. It says, Barry and Maureen found the house of their dreams in Utah's beautiful Bonita Vista. It didn't bother them that they had to join a homeowners association. They just never realized the association would invade every aspect of their lives and that the penalty for bending the rules could be the death of them. I think this one sounds really good. This one sounds the best to me, if I'm being honest. It just sounds so creepy. And then the last Bentley Little book I got is The Town. But this is the start of the books I got from Powell's. That last Bentley Little book was those are all the 8 books I got from ThriftBooks. And then this is just regular books I bought from my generic Powell's like bookstore, which Powell's is considered a thrift store, I think, for books because they do have like old books, like older copies and stuff like that. So this one's called The Town, and it says, you'll never leave, never. Welcome to McWayne, Arizona, population 200, 199, 198, 197. Gregory Tomasov has returned with his family to the quaint Arizona community of his youth. In McGuane, the air is clean, the land is unspoiled. Nothing much has changed, except now no one goes out after dark, and no one told Gregory that he shouldn't have moved into the old abandoned farm on the edge of town. Once upon a time, something bad happened there, something that's now buried in its walls, something now reborn in the nightmares of Gregory's young son, something about to be unleashed. What happened once is going to happen again in the town. You can't go home. That sounds creepy, don't you think? Ugh. Never being able to leave. Ugh. So Bentley Little, I'm really excited to read. I heard good things about him, and there's good things on Goodreads, and he has a ton of books. So these three were the best sounding to me, and the three that I could get my hands on at the time. So those are the ones I'm gonna read first, and obviously I'm gonna do book reviews on those. Next is The Demonologist by Andrew Piper. I love the cover of this. I think it's so pretty. But this one says, Professor David Ullman is a world authority on demonic literature. So when offered a luxury trip to Venice to consult on a phenomenon, he accepts, taking his daughter Tess with him. But in Venice, things take a sinister, terrifying turn when a man speaks in the voice of David's dead father, repeating the last words he ever spoke to his son. Then Tess disappears before his eyes. Yet, as she falls into the waters of the Grand Canal, she pleads with her father, "Find me." So, if you've heard in some of my other book videos, I really like things that deal with demonic possession, demons. It actually scares the living crap out of me because I do believe in that kind of stuff. I do believe that possessions occur, and I do believe that, you know, demons possess people and stuff like that. So it actually is pretty scary to me. This is probably the one genre of horror that that can really creep me out is possession, demons, like hauntings, that kind of stuff. I don't love that. But this one sounds really good. So yeah, I will obviously have this up pretty soon for you guys, hopefully. This one's also by Andrew Piper. This one is called The Homecoming by Andrew Piper. So I actually really like this cover too. It looks really, really cool. And this one says, after the death of their absentee father, Aaron and Bridge Quinlan traveled to a vast rainforest property in the Pacific Northwest to hear the reading of his will. There they encounter their mother and troubled sister Franny and are shocked to discover the will's terms. In order to claim their inheritance, they must remain at the estate for 30 days without any contact with the outside world. The Quinlans soon learn their family has more secrets than they ever imagined. Revelations that at first inspire curiosity, then fear. Why does Bridge have faint memories of the estate? Why did their father want them to be sequestered there together? And what is the feeling pulling them out in the dark apart of the woods? Ugh. I think this one sounds good. It kind of sounds like a reality TV show, kind of like when they shove them all into one house and then they have to like live together to like win money. This is like the same thing. It's going to be like scary though, you know? I don't know. It just makes me kind of laugh because it sounds good, but I love books like that. It sounds so interesting. And then lastly is actually the book review that I had up last Friday. This is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Anne Reid. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'll just read you the plot, but I'm not going to speak too much on it because I have a full in-depth review from last week on it. And it says, in this deeply suspenseful and irresistibly unnerving debut novel, a man and his girlfriend are on their way to a secluded farm. When the two take an unexpected detour, she is left wondering if there is any escape at all. What follows is a twisted unraveling that will haunt you long after the last page is turned. And yeah, this is the book that I just reviewed for you guys. I'll leave the link in the description in case you guys want to check it out. It's an interesting book. It's really interesting. That's all I'm gonna say though, because I have a full video. But yeah, guys, those are all the books that I have recently bought within the last few weeks. I'm actually really excited for these books. They all sound really good, so I'm like ready to dip my toes into them. But please let me know what you guys think about these like Fear Street, Christopher Pike kind of books. Do you still want me to read them and review them? I know they're kind of like not the horror that I read currently on my channel, but I think it would be fun. So let me know. Maybe I'll do the Fear Streets all at once and put them into one like video, or I could do them individually. They're really short though, so I feel like all 4 or two in a video would be good. Just let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know which book you're the most excited for me to read and review for you guys. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you think about them. And of course, if you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments down below. You know, I love recommendations. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hopefully I see you guys in my next video. Bye!